Well, I arrived and I lost my glasses on the bus because I wasn't paying attention. But we're now going to have a little garden tour. My sister-in-law, Fiona, is going to be off camera, but she's going to narrate this, and I think you're in for a treat.
Okay, to start with, we have this beautiful shrub flower thing, which is a weed that I actually put in this garden because the garden is waiting to be finished. And apparently every part of it is edible, including the flowers, and I think it's actually very beautiful. And it's just taken off as though it's a shrub, which is really lovely. And they're completely edible. We put them in our salads. Yeah, every part of it. And over here, this little, I got them in late this year, but there's the dahlias coming up.
Oh yeah.
Dahlias are a tremendous amount of work. They must be dug out in the fall, dried out, and stored over the winter in a coolish basement, and then replanted every summer. And they reproduce every year. I have a whole box up there that I have yet to find a place for.
Alrighty.
And moving on to the vegetable matter, this lettuce actually is offspring of lettuce we planted last early fall. And in the summer it came up again. We had to move that garden. We put it in here, so that is really hardy lettuce. We have oregano that has also been transplanted from the garden into a pot. And a lovely little tomato here. I got that tomato from someone. I don't even know what it is, but it's very happy in its pot. Delphiniums, of course, are just gorgeous.
Yeah. They smell strong. That's clematis.
Clematis,
Yeah.
very happy this year.
A big
climbing
clematis,
away.
yeah.
Little basil in the pot. That basil's actually coming along quite nicely.
Right.
Everything is tending to bolt this year. The
Yeah.
spinach over there went straight to bolt, so we're going to take it all out, use what we can, and then replant.
Yeah, you got time.
Catnip, more basil. Transplants from the garden. I like to take things from the garden and put them in pots.
Right.
That's a succulent. Rhubarb, of course, is done now. So this was a kind of last minute garden. We just ended up getting all this stuff and had to make garden. So we moved some beds over here and planted. So we have basil, thyme, onions, Vietnamese coriander, which doesn't like the heat.
No.
Not
You
at
think
all.
it would if it was from Vietnam?
You'd think. The carrots have been tough come along, but they are coming. The dill has been fantastic this year. Parsley, onions, more parsley. Tomatoes, very happy this year. Kale on the lettuce. Fantastic. We have big salads every night.
Hopefully we can see that. It's a gorgeous colour.
Oh, and it's so tasty. It's just beautiful. And when we take the lettuce, we take from the outside, and then it keeps coming. It keeps growing. Coriander also has been doing fantastically well this year. It hasn't been bolting, although it's starting to get some flower heads on it now, which I will pinch off. Parsley, that'll keep coming back year after year.
Yeah.
Toughest thing I've ever seen.
One of the best vegetables you can have is parsley.
And it's so good for you. So high in vitamin C.
We don't eat
right?
enough of it.
No, you're absolutely right. So we put in salads every night. Tomatoes, hot and regular peppers, which are doing beautifully. The tomatoes are very happy this year, and this is a really sandy soil. It's had a little bit added to it over the years, but I didn't add anything this year.
Right.
And everything seems very happy. And I've left a lot of sort of the natural flora and fauna around it. The clovers are really good for adding nitrogen to the soil, so I've left them. And I've left some of the wildflowers just because it's pretty, and I also think it helps to shade some of the roots. Rather than denuding all the soil, I've just cut out what I needed this year. I think it's better for the environment. It's certainly pleasanter to work in, and ultimately a lot less work. So I just keep this grass cut and then weed around the plants as they grow.
Right.
So we have zucchini, squash and pumpkins spread out all over the place in here.
And they're certainly coming along.
They're very happy. Of course, they do require a lot of watering, and it takes me an hour and a half to water by a hose every day.
Right.
All of this stuff, but I hope it'll be well worth it.
But we are
First year I've had a big garden like this.
we are on a well, right?
Yes, we are. These are transplanted raspberries, kind of waiting to see what happens with them.
When did you transplant?
This year.
Okay.
Yeah, so, hopefully we're going to move all of the raspberries along the fence line here.
Right, so all of this stuff is probably going to have to go because of the new build when,
Yes.
when it finally starts.
When it finally starts.
All right.
So all those will be moved, but I'm hoping to get a good crop out of them this year before we move them. This is all waiting to be cultivated.
Right.
And
Letting the grass just compost under the
Pumpkins.
taps.
yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of rhubarbs naturally raspberries propagating along
On
the
the
fence
bush
line as it
anyway,
is.
yeah.
an old apple tree that needs to be pruned so that maybe we can utilize it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of work.
it's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun.
Now the one thing I'm really excited about, before you say, so does anybody here know what this is? Because we do, and this is very exciting. This bushy thing, what the heck is it? So, what is it?
It's asparagus.
Yeah.
So it was all covered up by growth because it hasn't been tended for years here. And we did get a lot from it this year, but I just let it go to seed so I could see where it all was. So this will all be cleaned out this year, and next year we're going to have a bumper crop of asparagus, and it is so amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that's the partial use of one of the two organic